안녕하세요. 터미입니다. Let's study Korean smartly. The grammar you are going to learn today is first, 기는커녕, far from ing, let alone. Second, 누구나, it is really. And third, 니냐, is it? Once you have learned today's grammar, you will be able to understand the expressions you can use when you are surprised, such as 이건 정말 효과적인 방법이구나. Wow, this is a very effective method. Additionally, since this is the 45th lesson, I will give you a heartfelt test. Yay! This test covers intermediate lessons from 41 to 45. This test is best for strengthening your grammatical understanding and preparing for reading examinations. So please try your best and let's pass topic 2 level 4 and become a super intermediate master by completing tests one by one. You can achieve it for sure. 그럼 시작할게요. First, 기는커녕 means instead of, let alone, never mind. You can use this grammar to express the negation that if the first situation cannot happen, then the second situation, which is easier or simpler, definitely cannot happen either. You attach this grammar to verbs, adjectives, and nouns. In addition, you want to be mindful of word segmentation, which is 띄어쓰기 in Korean. Don't you feel like this grammar would be like 기는 space 커녕? However, the proper way is to write 기는커녕 all together without word segmentation, so don't forget. The usage is as simple as ABC. You just add 기는커녕 to a word stem in the case of verbs and adjectives. For example, 가다 to go will be 가기는커녕, let alone going. 먹다 to eat will be 먹기는커녕, let alone eating. For nouns, you attach 는, 은커녕, depending on the final consonant. Now, let's read a lot of sample sentences with negative messages. Are you ready? Then let's go! 저는 공부를 잘하기는커녕 학교도 잘 안 가는데요. I am far from being able to study well, let alone go to school. Here, 공부를 잘하다 means to study well. You attach 기는커녕 to the stem to make 공부를 잘하기는커녕, far from being able to study well. In other words, in this sample sentence, the speaker uses 커녕 to tell that he or she does not meet the minimum standard of what ordinary people would think to require of a good student. Do you understand? Now let's see the next one. 어제 선을 봤는데 그 사람은 멋있기는커녕 매너도 없었어. Yesterday, I went on an arranged date, but he had no manners, let alone be good looking. Here, 멋있다 is to be good looking. This is an adjective. Therefore, you attach 기는커녕 to the stem to make 멋있기는커녕, let alone be good looking. This sentence emphasizes two negative facts, that this person has neither good looking nor had any manners by using 커녕. Do you get it? Then let's read the next sample sentence. 어제는 너무 바빠서 잠은커녕 샤워도 못했어요. I was so busy that I could not take a shower, let alone sleep. Wow, this sounds very busy, right? Here, 잠 means sleep. This is a noun. Since 잠 has a final consonant, you attach 은커녕 to the stem to make 잠은커녕, which means let alone sleep. Quiz! Then let's deepen our understanding of 기는커녕 by taking some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 요새 제가 몸이 안 좋아서 물도 마시지 못해요. Recently, I am not feeling well, so I can't drink water, let alone eat food. Number 1, 먹기는커녕. Number 2, 먹기커녕. The correct answer is number 1. 먹다 is to eat. This is a verb, so you attach 기는커녕 to the stem to make 먹기는커녕, let alone eat food. Then let's read the sentence together. 요새 제가 몸이 안 좋아서 밥을 먹기는커녕 물도 마시지 못해요. Please read this sentence with a determination to convince the other person that you are not feeling well. Then let's try the next quiz. 이렇게 사업이 잘 안 되면 회사를 유지할 수도 없겠네요. Seeing that business has not gone well to this extent, you cannot maintain your company, let alone become rich. Number 1, 일반인은커녕. Number 2, 부자가 되기는커녕. The answer is number 2. 부자가 되다 means to become rich. This is a verb. So you attach 기는커녕 to the stem to make 부자가 되기는커녕, let alone become rich. Number 1 is wrong because 일반인은커녕 means let alone an ordinary person. Now, let's read the sentence together. 이렇게 사업이 잘 안 되면 부자가 되기는커녕 회사를 유지할 수도 없겠네요. Please read this sentence with a feeling of worry for your friend. The second grammar, 는구나 means subject is really or subject is actually in a casual way of speaking. You mainly use this expression in conversations. This grammar conveys surprise about a newly learned fact. I translate it as subject is really or subject is actually, but it does not literally say really or actually. I just add them to convey the nuance. You can also express this grammar as an exclamation mark. Let's see its use in verbs, adjectives, and nouns. For verbs, you attach 는구나 to a verb stem. For example, 가다 will be 가는구나, you are going. 먹다, to eat, will be 먹는구나, you are eating. For adjectives, you attach 구나 to the word stem as it is. For nouns, you attach 이구나, depending on the final consonant. For the past tense, the use is the same for verbs and adjectives. It is going to be at 없구나. For the past tense of nouns, you use 이었, 였구나, depending upon the final consonant. To summarize, it is going to be like this. Now, let's make discoveries. First, let's begin with a verb. 혜진이가 공부를 잘하는구나. 우리 아들은 공부를 잘 못해요. 혜진 can really study well. My son is not good at studying. Here, 공부를 잘하다 means can study well. You attach 는구나 to the stem to make 공부를 잘하는구나, can really study well. You can feel the surprise at the newly learned fact like this. Next is a sample sentence with an adjective. 고양이는 참 귀엽구나. 나도 키워보고 싶다. Cats are really cute. I want to have one as a pet too. Here, since 귀엽다 to be cute is an adjective, you attach 구나 to the stem to make 귀엽구나 or cute. Let's read the next sample sentence. 유미는 일본 사람이었구나. 한국어를 너무 잘해서 한국 사람인 줄 알았지. Yumi was actually Japanese. Her Korean was so good that I thought she was Korean. Here, 일본 사람, Japanese, has a final consonant. So you attach 이었구나 to make 일본 사람이었구나 was actually Japanese. This sentence conveys the surprise of a speaker who never thought that Yumi was Japanese. As you can see in this sample sentence, 구나 is an expression to convey surprise. So an expression 인 줄 알았어요, subject thought that, often comes after that sentence. It means that the subject misunderstood and therefore he or she was surprised. Quiz! Now let's see what the speaker is surprised at by taking some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 매일 그를 만나다니 정말 그 사람을 Seeing that you see him every day, you must really like him. Number 1, 좋아하구나. Number 2, 좋아하는구나. The correct answer is number 2. 좋아하다, to like, is a verb. So you attach 는구나 to the stem. The correct answer is 좋아하는구나. You really like him. Number 1 is close but wrong because 좋아하다 to like is a verb, not an adjective. Then let's read the sentence together. 매일 그를 만나다니 정말 그 사람을 좋아하는구나. Please read this sentence with a surprised feeling. Then let's try the next quiz. 말 한마디도 안 하고 먹다니 너 정말 배가. Seeing that you are eating without saying a word, you must really be hungry. Number 1, 거푸는구나. Number 2, 거푼가 보구나. The correct answer is number 2. This one was a little bit difficult. 배가 고프다 is to be hungry. 니은가 보다 its appears is another grammar to express speculation. Therefore, you can say 배가 고픈가 보다. Subject appears to be hungry. Since you treat this grammar as an adjective, you attach 구나 to the stem to make 배가 고픈가 보구나. You must be really hungry. Number 1, 고푸는구나 is grammatically wrong. 고프다, to be hungry, is an adjective. Therefore, the right conjugation will be 고프구나. Okay? Then let's read the sentence together. 말 한마디도 안 하고 먹다니 너 정말 배가 고픈가 보구나. Please use your surprised feeling to read this sentence. The last grammar, 니, 냐, conveys a query in casual conversations. In fact, I mentioned this expression in the intermediate lesson number 3 when we learned about casual conversations, 반말. But I could not explain it deeply then. So I will teach you this expression again in this lesson. Now, let's go back to our topic. In casual queries, you can take out yo from yo form, right? Do you remember that? For example, 밥 먹었어? Have you eaten? This is 반말, casual speech. But you can use 니, 냐 as well, like 밥 먹었니? 밥 먹었냐? However, there is a slight difference in nuance. Korean people tend to use 니 when they ask with familiarity. 냐 has a slightly blunt nuance that men usually use. In a bad context, it could sound like a speaker is looking down on a listener, so you need to be careful. You can use 니, 냐 for verbs, adjectives, and nouns. In the case of verbs and adjectives, you just attach 니, 냐 to the word stems. For example, 가다 to go will be 가니, do you go? 먹다 to eat will be 먹니, do you eat? For nouns, you use 이니 or 이냐, depending on whether a noun has a final consonant or not. Now, let's read a sample sentence. 요새 한국어 공부하니? 방에 한국어 책이 있던데. Have you been studying Korean recently? You had Korean books in your room. Here, 공부하다 means to study. You attach 니 to the stem to make 공부하니. Have you been studying? 공부하니 sounds a little bit gentler than 공부해? Can you feel the difference? Then let's read the next sample sentence. 이번에 새로 데뷔한 아이돌 어때? 멋있냐? How is the new idol who made his debut this time? Is he cool? Here, 멋있다 means to be cool. You attach 냐 to the stem to make 멋있냐? Is he cool? It seems that men tend to use 냐 more frequently than women. Let's read the next sample sentence. 지금 마시고 있는 게 뭐야? 콜라니? 커피니? What is that you're drinking now? Is it Coke or coffee? Here, neither cola or coffee has a final consonant. So you attach ni to make 콜라니, 커피니, cola or coffee. Indeed, ni adds warmth to the sound of the sentence. Quiz! Now let's deepen our understanding of 니, 냐 by taking some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 너는 그 사람하고 Are you staying in touch with that person? Number 1, 연락하니? Number 2, 연락했니? The correct answer is number 1. 연락하다 means to stay in touch. You attach ni to the word stem to make 연락하니, are you staying in touch? Number 2 is wrong because 연락했니 is in the past tense. Now, let's read the sentence together. 너는 그 사람하고 연락하니? Please read aloud as if you are a friend of the listener. Then, let's try the next quiz. 뭐? 여자친구가 생겼다고? What? You got a girlfriend? Is she pretty? Number 1, 예쁘냐? Number 2, 예쁘냐? The correct answer is number 1. 예쁘다 means to be pretty. You attach 냐 to the stem to make 예쁘냐? Is she pretty? This sentence sounds a little strong, so be careful when you use it. Number 2, 예쁘냐 is a wrong grammar, so don't use it. Then let's read the sentence together. 뭐? 여자친구가 생겼다고? 예쁘냐? Please read this sentence as if you make sure with your friend. Now, I'll announce homework, but before that, I'll give you a wide saying which uses today's grammar. 새로운 것에 대한 도전 없이 한 가지 성과에 만족하여 안주한다면 발전은커녕 현재 위치조차 유지하기 어렵다. If you are satisfied with one performance without taking on new challenges, it is difficult to maintain your current position, let alone progress. Genghis Khan. Wow, what a dignified message. As it said, we should take on new challenges every day. Now, I'll announce today's homework. There are 2 parts to this homework. First, please make 3 sentences using today's grammar. For the first sentence, please use 기는커녕, far from, let alone, to make a slightly negative sentence. For example, 시간이 지날수록 그 사람이 좋아지기는커녕 더 싫어졌다. The more time passes, the more I hate that person, let alone like that person. I'm sorry for making quite a harsh sentence, but please do not forget to use 기는커녕 when you want to express something negative like this example. For the second sentence, please use 는구나, really, to make a sentence about something you discovered. For example, 너는 미소가 참 예쁘구나. Your smile is pretty beautiful. It is a good line when you want to flirt with a lady. For the third sentence, please use 니냐, is it, to make a query in casual conversation. For example, 한국에 언제 돌아가니? When do you go back to Korea? Please remember that 니 has a familiar, gentle atmosphere and 냐 has a strong male nuance. The second homework is to memorize new words. Please memorize the 40 words from number 1761 to number 1800 on page 23 in the intermediate vocabulary list. That is a vocabulary quiz of the 40 words on my website. So just feel free to try it. The link is in the description box. Also, as I announced at the beginning of this lesson, there is a test because this is the 45th lesson. This test covers from lesson 41 to 45. Please try this test if you want to master the grammar you have learned so far. That's all! Thank you for participating today. I'm cheering for your growth and prosperity from the bottom of my heart. 그럼 오늘도 행복 가득, 웃음 가득한 하루 되세요. 한국어 파이팅 파이팅 파이팅!